All right, so there's going to be situations where, you know, I climb up and I'm climbing a steep slope, and then I want to bring my partner up, but I'm not going to be comfortable, you know, just sitting down in the snow and belaying him up off of my body. I'm going to, you know, it's steep enough and he's clumsy enough that I'm going to want to build some sort of an anchor. And today all I have with me is my ice axe and a couple of slings, and that's pretty much it, my rope and harness, and we're just climbing this snowfield. So I'm going to build an ice axe or a T-slot anchor first here, and basically I just decide where I'm going to build it, get a feel. And what's most important here is the quality of the snow that you're building it in, okay? So I just first trace out my T-slot, the direction that I'm going to be building it in. So in this case, it's straight down here. All right. Now, I just chop out the snow. And careful not to sort of destroy the front, because that's where the weight of my axe is going to be going. Or the weight of my body and my victim and my fall, the force is in a downward direction. So I want to preserve that as much as I can. Okay, and then how deep I go just really depends on the quality of the snow. This is pretty good, heavy snow. Let's just take this, let's clean it out. I use my adze here. Get that out of there. Okay, I got my T-slot, fit my axe in, see how it, oh yeah, like it was made for it. Now what I use more often than not is this handy dandy double length sling that we always have with us. Great. Then I do a clove hitch, one loop on one side, one loop on the other, behind each other. And I like a clove hitch. It kind of seats itself onto the ice axe, keeps the sling in place, and you know, it gives you the maximum value for strength for your sling. So it works really well for this. And then set her mid shaft, maybe a little bit towards the head, just because it's got more area for displacement, but not too much. More or less centered mid shaft. Then I place it in there, nice and tight. And then pull my sling down in a downward direction. Okay, and if I'm worried about it coming out, I can always sort of pack some of the snow that I put in there and give it a bit of a added support. Most times it's not really necessary. Usually the axe is in there pretty good. Okay, and then if I did need to add more strength to it, I could potentially just break snow away from the back. And so in here, see, I'm still preserving the front. I'm not compromising the area that's been pulled on, but I'm boot packing it good and tight. Now, because it's a snow field, I want to keep a soft belay. I probably, unless I'm just using a guides belay, you know, which adds a bit of friction to bring the guy up. And then I just take in a bite. And this is quite a soft belay. Where I just bring him up. I've got two hands on the rope and keep the rope tight on him. And so you never really have to worry about, you know, becoming really like a lot of force being applied to this anchor. Another option would be, of course, once you start, you know, you're applying a stiffer belay, if he gets any slack in it at all and then starts to slip, you're applying some shock, some force to the anchor. And this anchor really, it'll take a bit, but you never really want to test it to the max. The other option I have too, of course, is to clip myself into the anchor with a clove hitch once again, down, build myself a good seat, a place where I can sit down, stomp my feet in so that I'm nice and stable, right? Do it so that I'm, you know, tight with the anchor. There's not a lot of build up for, or not a lot of loose motion there, so I can don't build up momentum. Then pull in the slack, right? And as we learned in our body belay before, there's the anchor, I'm the belayer, there's the climber. All the forces are on the same side of the body, and then I just take and the body belay is just ideal for, you know, snowfields, quick belays off ridges, things like that, where the person's going to be moving quickly, so you don't want slack to be building up, and then, you know, and if they do fall or something like that, you got a really good feel for them. You can feel where they are, how they're moving. You can almost read their minds through the rope if you have to. And so that's a T-slot anchor, and it really, like I say, is dependent on the quality of the snow that you're building it in. Okay.
But the best roads of all the ones that aren't certain. One of those is where you find me till they drop the big curtain. Hear the wind moan in the bright diamond sky. These mountains are waiting, brown, green and dry. I'm too old for the term, but I use it anyway. I'll be a child of the wind until the end of my days. A little round planet in a big universe. Sometimes it looks blessed, sometimes it looks cursed. Depends on what you look at, and obviously